First podcast after the season ended against Oklahoma City Thunder a couple of days ago, presented by the Birdsall Lawfirm, the official injury lawyers of Pro Pels Talk. Five had an incredible idea. We're going to do player recaps, starting with Jordan Hawkins. Make sure you smash that like button. Let's do it.
First took away. After this, get your money's worth now.
Five, Lito and Chaz on a Thursday night here. Five, I'll start with you. I thought it was a great idea. And so first we wanted to start off with Jordan Hawkins. Roller coaster. You're already shaking your head. Roller coaster rookie of the rookie year. So it started off, Jarrett, I guess, pretty good. I have a stat for you here. Jordan Hawkins, 32 3-pointers are the most ever by a first-year player through his first 11 games. That's beating out Ben Mathurin, Luka Doncic, Brandon Jennings, and Keegan Murray. Okay, he had two 30-plus point games. One against Dallas, in which he went by himself without Brandon Ingram and Zion. And then another game against the Denver Nuggets. He's had two 25-plus point games against Dallas again and the Utah Jazz. He was on pace to break Keegan Murray's all-time three-point rookie record made, or for three-pointers made. He was also, found this out today, second in franchise history for three-pointers made by a rookie behind Marcus Thornton. He lost that battle 117-109, lost by 8. So if he would have,
that's crazy.
If he would have just played 7 or 10 minutes a night, he would have easily blown that record in the smithereens. Trey Murphy, for instance, made 79 three-pointers as a rookie. Jordan Hawkins made 109. Give me your overall thoughts on Jordan Hawkins' rookie campaign.
You know, it's funny. It started, during the draft process, right? That was the guy that I picked for the Pelicans, right? Just because of the elite shooting. I appreciate it, Gus. Because of the elite shooting, the movement. And then we go to Summer League. We all go to we watch him that first game. We're like, man, it's there. Like we know it. Like he can't buy a bucket. He can't buy a shot. It's just not going for him. But we all said like, nah, it's there. The ability just to take those shots, right? And want to take those shots. Like you can't coach that. No matter how much you want, you can't coach it. When a guy got it, he got it, and there's nothing you could do about it. And we saw from, let's say, games 1 through 11, like, no, you really got something. What really impressed me was his work ethic, right? His ability to always stay ready. I mean, he wasn't supposed to play. That's just being honest, guys. He wasn't supposed to play. I thought he spent more time in Birmingham than he would with the Pelicans. But the fact that he started so well, you had to allow him to play through some mistakes, the defensive deficiencies, but that shouldn't have mattered. Like if you just would have saw the progress or kind of had a plan for him, a proper plan for Jordan Hawkins, you would have said, hey, this guy is going to be really good. And we all said it. And then some way, somehow, he ended up in a doghouse that he didn't belong
in. We're going to talk about the defensive thing for a second, Jarrett, because Lito, we were in Summer League. Jarrett was there as well, but me and you got to sit together and watch Jordan Hawkins. And one of the words that you described Jordan Hawkins throughout the year, and it really, it really made me think was delusional, right? He's delusional. And I don't think you mean that in a bad way. More of it is just his confidence, right? And you also saw that if you watch his UConn tape, in that national championship run they had, like the biggest play of the game is, I think he comes off a double staggered, hits just hits a national championship game winning three. I mean, the game's over, comes off the double screens, just beautiful left, right, bang, hits it. And like, I think that delusion, right, plays into this kid's confidence because, you saw Brandon Ingram and he lost his confidence in the postseason. You could just say what it is. He lost his confidence. Jordan Hawkins never loses his confidence, whether he's 1 of 14 or whether he's 10 of 14. He thinks the same way.
Never have, never will. Never seen a bad shot, and if he missed, it wasn't his fault. Let's take a step. Let's take a step back from Summer League real fast, just for a second. The date on that The date on this tweet is 4/7/23. I don't know if y'all know what happened on 4/7/23. Sounded like a national championship game. Sounded like a game when a shot had just been made. Shout out to me. The only thing I had wrong in that tweet was Brandon on the perimeter. But I do want to say, I think, look, if we're going to call it a spade, the season was, Jordan Hawkins' rookie season was a failure.
Explain.
I
agree. Was it his fault? Was it his fault?
No. None of it was his fault. None of it was his fault. You read me an awful lot of engaging and entertaining stats about what should have been, what could have been, and where he was headed or where the season was headed for him. And then what happened? You don't have to explain. I know what happened. But here's my thing. You look at you just saw this in the series. You literally just saw a rookie in Cason Wallace playing big minutes for a playoff team, a team who is now headed to the second round. You gotta at some point get developmental minutes for guys. Not asking for Jordan Hawkins to play 30 minutes, but it was a string of DMPs. If you're not gonna play them, send them to the G League. The crazy thing about Jordan Hawkins this season is Willie Green, Coach Green, he wants 40 threes a game. In the month of November, Hawk was averaging 8 threes a game. Every time he hooped, he was putting up 8 threes a game. You had the Dallas game where he gave you 25. You had the Utah game, he gave you 25. You had the Denver game, he gave you 31. He had a ridiculous November. In November, matter of fact, in November he shot 36 from 3. He was shooting 90% from the free throw line. He was averaging 14 points a game. Like, look, I know everybody go come and they go talk about the defense. And guys, I'm here to tell you, it's 7 players in the NBA who play defense. It's 2 players on this team who play defense. You literally watch the best players on your team get destroyed defensively in the playoffs literally a couple of days ago. I think that when you say that about Hawk, it's a disservice. Yeah, he hasn't matured into his NBA body yet. Cool, that's fine. But the intangibles that he brings, the IQ, the ability, he's a professional from day one. They were running professional sets at UConn. Darren Haley's a good coach, by the way.
They're running some good stuff there. You got me and Jared talked about this. We can have a whole conversation about that.
They run the NBA sets. They double drags and curls, and they doing special things.
Whoa! Let's stop it here. Woo. You said they running what? They running NBA sets.
Yeah.
At UConn.
Damn.
If they run, then what? Never mind, man.
Chaz,
mind.
Wait.
You're
Justin,
still going?
Hold up, Justin. Wait, bro. Wait. Listen. So all I'm saying is he had an opportunity to break a Pelicans rookie record. He had an opportunity to break an NBA rookie record. And Justin, I alluded to this. I tweeted or I said this on a podcast. You're gonna need Jordan Hawkins in the playoffs. You literally saw the floor shrink in the playoffs, and there was no spacing. Trey didn't have the space to be able to do what he does. CJ was crowded. Brandon didn't have the confidence. It felt like a guy who could have helped.
And then also DB, you're watching a lot of basketball because he is a really good rebounder for his size. Chaz, at one point, so Lito just talked about his November, right? So it's funny, great minds think alike. I actually went and looked back at his November, Lito. Pelicans went 8-8 during that stretch. He was averaging 14.4 points per game. Sorry, I'm looking for the stat here. He's averaging 14.4 points per game. They go 8-8, and he was shooting 37% from deep. Why did it stop, Chaz? Why? Because look, Jordan Hawkins, a rookie, should not be the reason why you win or lose a basketball game. Okay, especially when you got 3 $30+ million guys on your roster. So I understand, maybe 8-8's not like a sexy record or it's really good. They were 500. He did his job, but to start logging DMPs, I can't understand that. And then to see this type of recognition from the NBA, Chet Holmgren, Victor Wembanyama, Jordan Hawkins. And you see the green arrows, they're pointing up. That means his trajectory is going up. And then that was that.
Yeah, as a Willie Green being a pupil of Monty Williams, and as you mentioned before, the great LSU legend Marcus Thornton. I thought what happened to Jordan Hawkins was it's not surprising at all. I think I always like to mention the evening he was drafted, it was like, yo, this draft pick doesn't make any sense. Nothing to do with Jordan Hawkins necessarily, but offense first players don't get any run under Willie Green. It's really unfortunate because, like you mentioned before, some of the younger guys in other organizations playing significant minutes, going out there showing what they're able to do. And the most insulting part about what happened with Jordan Hawkins is he was thrown these pity minutes in the postseason. And it's like, well, if you don't hit your first shot, you're out of here, bud. And it's like, how's a player supposed to, feel confident in himself and like when he's looking over his shoulder and you're beating him into submission all season? I don't really like the idea, especially with the young guys, the guys with like the large offensive like profiles and stuff like that. I don't like the idea of guys consistently being beaten into submission within this organization. You got Trey Murphy, you got even
Kyra Lewis, Dyson Daniels.
Whoa. I said with offensive profiles.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
I thought you meant rookies, my bad.
Yeah. I'm talking about like, the Trey Murphys of the world and the Jordan Hawkins is. And you know what? Even to a lesser extent, a guy who wasn't like immensely like skilled offensively, but he's so gifted athletically, you could have done probably a bit more with him. Is even a guy like Jackson Hayes.
Yeah.
Where it's just like you got these guys, and with a person like Jordan Hawkins, he's everything you want. He's polished. He's a ready-made NBA game. He's going out there. He's showing improved when he's given big opportunities. We always go back to that back-to-back Dallas game, and guys shot lights out. Him and JV, they put the team on their back and they carried them to victory. Second, what was it? The first Denver game of the season. My God, this man was.
Wait, I don't mean to. I'm sorry. You talking about this?
What? Yes.
Look at this guy. God dang it! Let me get the fucking comment off. Hold up.
It's all good.
Hold up. Let me get the comment off. Sorry. The movement. It's labeled the movement of Jordan Hawkins. Here you go. A rub screen turned into a flare screen, which you've seen a million times for Trey Murphy.
My
against the Denver Nuggets.
Dag nabbit.
Go ahead.
How do you? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's all
I thought one of y'all was about to say something. My bad.
No. I'm glad you said this because one of his best moments of the year came against the Dallas Mavericks, and a guy that absolutely crushed the post game this year, Jarrett Reed, asked this question.
Kyrie kind of went back and forth a little bit. Yeah. You outdueled him at one point. Yeah. What does that feel like? Yeah, Kyrie cold, man. Yeah, he's good, bro. How much you have? 33. 33? Yeah, Kyrie's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. Just playing against Kyrie Irving is pretty cool, and having a duel like that when you literally grew up watching him play, it's kind of crazy. It's really didn't think about it until you said it, so it was that's pretty cool.
So Jarrett, he had 34 that night. He beat the Mavericks by himself, and he mentions watching Kyrie Irving. And another guy we talked about, Jarrett, me and you had a long conversation. He sat down and watched Steph Curry's pregame routine. And we were talking about, like, why is he doing that? Why? I mean, we know why he's doing it, but like the average fan would ask, why is he doing that? Because he wants to learn from the best. Then after that game against the Warriors, goes up to Steph Curry and was like, Steph, how can I work out with you this offseason?
I mean, you know what? We talk about the Dallas game. We talk about the Denver game. But there was really that Denver game on 11-6, right? The Pels lost by 18. But that motherfucker shot 19 shots, bro. Like, to have the gall to do it. That's the thing that you can't replace. You can't mistake for, like the ability just to be like, all right, I'm gonna shoot him, make or miss, like I'm shooting it. Because I don't think like I think a lot of the team wasn't shooting the ball that night. Like it was a lot of
no
shots
one was shooting. I remember nobody was shooting.
like nah, all right. If I fail, I fail. I don't care. And to his own detriment, not that he knew, that was going to be used against him. Right? That was going to be used against him. Like, okay, well, when your shot's not falling, what else are you going to do? Or, that was, matter of fact, it was wild about that. We talked about that Jordan Hawkins Dallas game. Willie Green in the press conference said, Jordan Hawkins is making my job harder. Like, it's going to be harder not to play him. And then he didn't play him. Like
for the next 4 months. He didn't play for the next 4 months.
I thought it was the wildest thing.
Maybe he meant I'm gonna give Willie Green some bail. Maybe he meant it'll be harder not to play him and avoid public scrutiny. Maybe that's what he meant, because we certainly ain't been giving him a pass for not playing this young man. Like we've been like, yo, what's happening here, brother? Like what you do? No, craziest stat to me. I did my show yesterday, and I'd be, speaking of great shooters, I'd be remiss if I didn't take a shot. Sometimes I'm like, sometimes I'm like they say I'm like Oswald. They say I'm like Oswald, New Orleans legend. But Jordan Hawkins made 109 threes this season, right? Compared to, I'm gonna just say, a max player on the team who made 86 threes this season. Jordan Hawkins played 1,000 fewer minutes. 1,000 fewer minutes. That's fucking crazy.
Insane. So, Lito, we talk about why didn't Jordan Hawkins play? You ask yourself, why didn't Jordan Hawkins play? And everybody on Twitter was like, well, he can't play defense and blah, blah, blah. So I made sure to bring this clip up because this is later in the year, Jordan Hawkins defensively.
Oh!
So once again, cuts him off, understands angles, cuts him off. Larry Nance steps up, and then your shot blocker, Zion Williamson, on weak side, takes and puts in the fifth row. And I think they called it a block, but it's the footwork, it's the anticipation. Like defensively, and we talked about his rebounding. Could you tell me where he was really bad defensively?
He just not strong enough. Like that's the only thing. It's strength wise.
Go ahead, Lito. My fault.
I was just gonna say just strength wise. I think that listen, you mentioned a stat about Trey and his 3-point shooting his rookie year, and this is, when I say this is not a shot at Trey, but they're two totally different people, and they're wired completely differently. They have two totally different games. Did you played the clip from the Nuggets game on how he took the flare screen and floated immediately? His gravity immediately led him to the corner. And
oh shit, sorry, wrong clip. Here you go.
Boom. Okay, so when Larry sets that pick, right, and he sees that he's lined up immediately behind Larry, and he looks to and nobody's there, it's literally like a running back coming out of the backfield. I'm just gonna find an open space. I'm just gonna sit down in this space, and Zion found him on the pass. The thing about him defensively is, again, he came from a good coach. He understands how to use his body. He just doesn't have much of a body yet. Pause. The thing about it, I'm here. I'm here. I'm accountable. Like, it's the off season, but I never stop working. You know what I'm saying?
Thank the Lord. Thank Coach Harbaugh.
Short one.
That's fair.
Go ahead. Accountability. Go ahead.
The thing about Jordan, you asked me his weakness. It's just literally his strength, and you saw how well he used his feet. He slid out of the way. He led the defender to where he knew his weak side help was. Zion got the block.
You can talk through it. They can hear you.
This is good defense. Like, this is good defense. Eric Reynolds, shout out to Eric, man. He had a statement he made in the chat where he said Jordan's percentages show that he was one of the best closeout defenders 4-3 in the NBA this season. Wow. So I mean, like sometimes like when you put the bad defensive tag on people, I think you don't account effort into watching them, because every time I see Jordan Hawkins play, it's effort being given on both sides of the ball.
That's all you can ask for, man. I'm glad you said that. Like, can you name a rookie that's come in and was just, I mean, besides like, yeah, like I know Herb Jones and these other guys, but like Jordan Hawkins was not known for his defense. So how could you expect him? You got him to shoot. So how could you to me, it's just a cop out. It's just like, oh, this guy sucks defensively. You didn't draft him for his fucking defense. You draft him because he could shoot the cover off the basketball. And that's my problem. Like
this is crazy, Rachel. That's
wild.
It was crazy. Good job, Rachel.
You know what? I think, look, man, you know, that's one of the downsides of this being a BYOB organization. Bring your own bag. I mean, if you draft a guy, you just want him to be this totally ready-made product, like the way you could just throw him out there. You don't anticipate having to do any development whatsoever. Clearly, the man has good feet, good agility. It's something you can coach up. Also, he's a guard. You know, he's translating into the NBA. It's gonna take a little bit of time for him to go out there and really, you know, just showcase on that end. He's already rebounding. That's something that's incredible defensively, something that even a couple of your good defenders on this roster don't do at an exceptional level. Also, it's just like, you know, it's so much contradiction. Whereas, like, you got David Griffin, he said something like, you know, OKC was in a position to where they didn't have to be good right away. They didn't have to compete right away. And it's like, okay, but at the same time, you keep drafting these rookies as if you don't have to compete right away. So if you know you have to compete right away, why are you bringing these young men onto this roster and not, you know, as if you don't have a benchmark in your mind? You bringing them onto the team like you got all this runway to develop them, when really what you're doing is you costing people millions of dollars, because like you're not developing these guys. By the time they go on today, you know, you're just passing them through classes. There's no child left behind, right? Passing through classes. By the time it's time to get their second NBA contract, they haven't developed any skill sets here. They haven't gotten, you know, a decent amount of playing time here. They haven't necessarily been able to showcase their ability. You know, we still got questions about a couple of guys. Like Dyson is going into year 3. I still don't really know if Dyson is an NBA player.
Chaz, we have a whole show for Dyson. We have a whole show.
Oh, yeah. No, not Dyson particularly, but, you know, I'm just saying generally, like, you know, how they're just treating the young guys in general. And I think Hawkins has a ton of offer, and I thought Trey gave him some great encouragement in that season exit.
Yeah, and also, you know, Chaz, Trey also multiple times shouted out Jordan Hawkins. I think earlier on in the year, even Trey Murphy said something along the lines of like, we might be the best like 1-2 duo. Or shooting duo. And he's like, I won't mention the other one. He mentioned that. And then, you know, Jared, I want to go back and talk about Summer League, but I got to play this clip as well.
Defenders in that first half. Good hands there by Hawkins, stripped it away from Şengün, and is able to finish the run out.
Oh,
that shot was fresh.
Defenders in that first half. Good hands there by Hawkins, stripped it away from Şengün, and is able to finish the run out. 14 for Alp on a super.
How the fuck does he get DMPs?
I don't know. To your Trey comment, I thought having Jordan Hawkins out there would have helped Trey, would have helped Herb, would have helped Zion.
Yep.
Without a doubt. It would have created more space if you would have used his movement as a weapon. It would have made defenses at least be weary of him, right? Like, you can't just leave him open. You needed help side. If he ran out for a screen, the big would have to at least, you know, hesitate a little bit, right? And that would have opened up a lot of different things. You know, it really, to be honest, what pissed me off, Mike Tomlin said something about coaching. You know, if y'all seen the Pivot podcast about or just on coaching. He said something to the degree of he doesn't run away from coaching. Like you read a guy's draft eval and they say a guy can't use his hand, he has bad technique. If that was the case, then why we would need less coaches? If everybody was perfect,
Shout out to David.
Shout out to David. We would need less coaches. If defense is this team's identity, why wouldn't it be easy to teach Jordan Hawkins how to play defense? He has necessarily the ability to play defense. It should have been an easy transition to teach him. And I know everybody won't be, hurt.
Jared, did you think he's a bad defender? Did you think he's a bad defender?
No. I think what Lito pointed out is like he got the skills. He just doesn't have the NBA body to, guard certain people. And what be fucked up is like they won't have him out there half the time with like Herb. It's easier to play defense with Herb.
Defenders.
It's easier.
One of the best plus minus lineups, by the way, this year, and a lot of people fought me on this, was Jordan Hawkins sharing the backcourt with Dyson Daniels, because it makes a ton of sense. You pair him with a good defensive guard, not CJ McCollum. That's not going to work. But you pair him with Dyson Daniels is one of your better lineups.
And see, the issue with that, you think offensively, like, well, who's going to dribble the fucking ball up the court, right? Because the second year guy can't dribble against pressure, right? So then they tried to put the ball in Jordan Hawkins' hands once, and that didn't work. Well, who was getting developed? Like, who are you putting your eggs in the basket for? I would lean towards the offense because right now, as we look at it, you were ranked 6 in defensive efficiency for the second year in a row. And yet you didn't make it to the second
playoff
round.
games. You won 0 playoff games. You won 0 playoff games again.
So what does defense really matter?
So, sometimes numbers lie, right? And especially without context. Think about this. We were 6th in the league in defense, right? But we don't have a single victory when trailing going into the fourth. That means you can't get enough stops and you can't generate enough offense to come back and win games. And look, this is just basic common logic, like common sense logic. So that means that 6th ranked defense is probably pretty inflated. Like it's probably
and what's
not
funny about that, Chaz, they were 27th, I think, in clutch minutes this year. In clutch time minutes,
they were near the bottom of the league, something like that. And you know why that is? Because can't get a stop and you can't generate a good look. Like look at the playoffs. You come down, you get stripped by my man J Dub. Here's a go ahead 3. No, matter of fact, I watched the game like twice. Final like 5 minutes. It's like 85-82. The Pelicans had like 3 possessions where they could not hit a shot. Couldn't hit a shot.
Couldn't do anything. They never. Yeah, Mason, we will be doing a show discussing it's Pro Pels. What is it? Trade Talks? PPTT?
Trade talk. Yeah.
Bro, that's coming back. So this is the plan, guys. Every Thursday night, we're going to recap a player. Shout out Jared for that idea. Sunday night, we'll go live from the studio, and then probably either Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday do something. So we got a lot of stuff. Chaz has shows going on. Lito 5 have shows going on. So make sure y'all check all that stuff out as well. Make sure you smash that like button. So Lito, we'll go back to Summer League a little bit. Oh, also, first off, I wanted to ask you this question. Does defense matter? Do you care about defense anymore?
No, man, I don't give a shit about defense.
Okay, cool. I just want to get you on record saying that. Second off, back to Summer League. There was a moment... Jerry, you remember this play. I think Hawkins missed did he miss like 2 or 3 free throws in a row? Yeah, that's what it was. So it's late in the game. It's a Summer League game. Hawkins gets fouled on a 3 and I think misses all 3 free throws, but we get a team rebound. On the 3rd free throw, he misses it. It goes out of bounds on the baseline. They run a double drag for Hawkins on the baseline out of bounds. He sets his man up, comes off. Does he make it?
Yeah, he makes it. His shirt was untucked. Yeah, everything. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
That's the delusion right there.
Yeah.
Lito, then 5. We'll hear your thoughts.
I mean, look, man, look. These are moments. Look, the Pelicans are new to these moments. Jordan Hawkins not new to this. Jordan Hawkins is a he played basketball at the Mather. If you're not familiar with what that is, that's a basketball institution. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a guy who that's crazy. He's a guy who his sights were set on the NBA. Like this isn't here he's not here by happenstance. He put in the work. He has the skill. Matter of fact, he has the one skill that you need in today's NBA, and that's shooting, and just not shooting, but movement shooting, bro. The fact, bro, that particular play you talking about, I remember that shit like it was yesterday. He set his man up like he was a wide receiver on the line of scrimmage. Literally he faked them left, came back right, and then went all the way around the pick and had it. Dog, it was so crazy because by the time the pass got there, his feet were already set. His hands are ready. Like I literally see it right now. It's just amazing the amount of basketball knowledge that young man has. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been in these situations, and then look from that point past summer league. If you look at like people, NBA players playing basketball in the summer. He was playing against KD. He was playing against he was playing basketball. Like, I never see Pelicans players do that shit. I never see us. I saw Herb this year.
Najee does that thing sometimes, right?
He was with KD. Najee was KD.
He was with KD? Okay. I mean, but he a rookie, dog. Like, you know.
Yeah. All right. So Jared, after that summer league game, I remember we talked, and that was the stuff that kind of jumped out, right? And I remember I was looking back at some previous shows today about what we did in the summer, and we literally have a podcast of why Jordan Hawkins will be fine because he struggled. And everyone's like, "This, I thought this guy was a shooter," and it was the confidence. And so, kind of like, I want you to kind of explain what it's like to be so confident, right? But your coach might not necessarily be that confident in you. How does that play mind games on a rookie like Jordan Hawkins?
I mean, you've got to be a really strong-minded individual to get through it, to be honest. I mean, you're a first-round draft pick, and every other first-round draft pick is getting minutes consistently. Like, they're going to get minutes, even when they're on, like, winning teams. Don't tell me, like, oh, they, trash teams that their rookies are going to play a lot more. No, look at Case and Wallace. Like, look at, matter of fact, Chet is considered a rookie. Look at Chet. Like, these are like,
who's the dude from Indiana? Who's the dude from the Pacers?
Oh my God.
Matherin? No, Matherin.
No.
Number 2.
Light skin cat.
Nembhard.
Yeah. He was balling tonight. But look at any team around the league, they're gonna play their rookies because they understand like the window is now to play them. If they don't understand who they can be within, the first 2 seasons, oftentimes it's not that's why Detroit gave what's your boy name that was playing in front of Jaden Ivey. Killian Hayes. That's why they gave Killian Hayes so much run. Like, they're trying to figure out if the guy is gonna make it. Like, you draft a guy that high, like you almost have to know now. Like, you can't be behind the 8 ball. And we see glimpses of Jordan Hawkins being a really good NBA player. I mean, a guy like Jalen Rose tells him you have the potential to be playing on Sundays, referencing the NBA All-Star game. The dude doesn't just say things like that. I mean, I'm not saying Jalen Rose's word is God, but you got to take that to like, okay, if he sees that in Jordan Hawkins and, most of the fan base and the people around us see some semblance of it, why isn't he playing? It isn't because he can't play defense.
Right. So I actually had a tweet out of this. So Dyson Daniels and Jordan Hawkins before game 3 had played a total of 28 minutes combined this postseason. I said 13 minutes in garbage time. This is including the playing games. Guys that are playing in the playoffs right now: Nembhard, Jalen Williams, Cason Wallace, Hawkins from Miami, and Ben Shepherd.
Yeah.
And then compared to Dyson, the other Jalen Williams, Christian Braun, Nikola Jovic. So why are there are rookies and second-year guys on playoff winning teams. We're talking about teams that are advancing. Their rookies are getting run. Ours aren't. To me, it goes back to the process. You think about Trey Murphy. I think about Trey Murphy's rookie season all the time.
Oh
he got
my
sent
God.
down he got sent down to the G League 3 different times. Literally, Trey Murphy had to be like, I am too good for you to play me, to not play me. And then don't forget, in LA, when shit hit the fan, they didn't go to Trey Murphy. They went to fucking Tony Snell. And they didn't go to Dyson Daniels last year. They went to Kyra Lewis. And it's just you're drafting all these guys, and it's dude, you got really lucky with Herb. You got really lucky. Herb saved a lot because Nikhil Alexander-Walker, who's doing great for Minnesota. Okay, I guess he netted you CJ McCollum fine. Jackson Hayes, a disaster. Zion Williamson, he played 70 games this year, but he's played in 0 playoff games. So I tell you, Herb Jones saved a lot.
It's a golden child.
Yep. Herb and Trey. That draft class saved this franchise.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt about
Jordan Hawkins could have helped with that this year though.
All right, expectations sophomore year. What you got, Chaz? Close it up here.
Depends on who's on the roster. I think you gotta just go ahead and get the guys who would play ahead of Jordan Hawkins. I think you gotta just get them off the team. And some of that's gonna happen organically because of free agency, salary implications, things like that. But I think you got to start giving these young guys the runway to go ahead and succeed. And you got some guys that even if you drafted them last season, you need to be able to look at some of these dudes and say, "Ooh, you something else. we need to put you in a low post. Someone put you on the block." And I know we're gonna do a show about him, but it's Dyson is a front court player. He needs to play exclusively in the front court. He is the Larry Nance heir apparent, in my opinion. And I need all those backcourt minutes to go to Jordan Hawkins. I don't need to see Dyson in the backcourt bringing the ball up the court no more. Year 3 can't be teaching you how to dribble at this point. You're drafted to be a point guard. You just ain't got it. Let's just put him in the front court and move on. So hopefully,
wouldn't you think, man, Chaz? Wouldn't you think too with Dyson and Hawk? And we're gonna do a show about Dyson, but it'd be a good time to showcase them too, because if you do want to make a big splash or a big trade, you're gonna have to let go of some type of talent. I'm just saying. I know you said playing Dyson, but playing Dyson in Larry's role is what I'm talking about. I think Dyson would be great in Larry's role.
Yeah.
They chose Larry over Dyson the entire year, and it's
shit. I would have liked to see Dyson go and chat a little bit. I think that would have been a little interesting. Dyson's a strong dude. It would have been interesting.
Dyson, that would have been good. 5. There was one clip. We'll go 5 and Leo will close it out here. But I wanted to make sure to talk about this clip in the plane. So that was a long closeout floater. And then this is what I'm like, okay, you see how they jump out there? This is good to the Nuggets. Do you see just how easy of a layup that is? Of Jokic, he's flying off a dribble handoff. Jokic steps out and he's got the IQ as a rookie. How do you not see them? Gets off it quick. Jonas doesn't even dribble. I think you have a shooter in the corner and Jonas lays it up. Can't use that guy?
I guess not, man. Can I talk about what he probably needs to work on for the summer?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he needs to develop a handle. I think the strength will occur, right? Just naturally. He'll probably try to get in the weight room. Probably he's in the weight room right now. Who knows? The shot will probably be pristine, more probably off the dribble threes for him. I foresee. But the handle has to be elite. It won't be elite next year, probably not. But it has to get to the point where you can dribble against pressure. You can dribble against bigger wings that'll guard you, right? They'll try to be more physical than you. I think you struggle with that. He has to get stronger and he has to develop an elite handle where he can kind of play through. If I'm him, I'm watching a ton of Kyrie. I'm watching a ton of Jalen Brunson. I'm watching a ton of I wouldn't say Jamal Murray. Steph for sure. If he works out,
if they work out this summer, man, that'd be awesome.
it's going to take some foresight if, let's say Griff decides like, hey, he made the comment about like OKC that they didn't have the the pressure of winning. Well, while I disagree with that, okay, we'll take the pressure away from your team. You can only do that one way. Take the pressure away from your team and allow the young guys to fail and allow them to grow while failing. That's the only way I can see this working.
Okay. Lito, close us out here. What does he got
I'm with what'd you say?
What does he have to work on this offseason?
I'm with 5 with the handle. I don't necessarily know if it has to be elite, but I think even still, like just the average NBA handle would get him a lot. It'll get him places on the floor that right now his shooting just won't take him. You saw the hard closeouts. I mean, you could do that like right now.
That's the hard closeout you're talking about.
You see the hard closeout. He already has his handle decent, but it's not like you saw him get ripped in the backcourt trying to bring the ball up. He's not ready to what?
I blame the coaches for that. That's a coach turnover to me. Because Herb Jones, I remember Herb Jones was on the floor at that point.
He'd never done that before, and they forced the action.
One time he's initiated, like he didn't even do it in summer league because they had Sebring. Like he literally, that was the first time. I guarantee that was the first time he ran point for that set.
Nah, they didn't do it because they had Dyson. Dyson was dribbling in summer league. Dyson was dribbling like Stanley on The Office. He was like, it was crazy.
Do y'all remember the tweets? Do y'all remember the tweets like, "Yo, Dyson's got these point guard skills"? Jared's like, "What the fuck are these people watching?"
That's when I knew. That's when I knew. I was like, either I'm blind or they just, I don't know. So, but Dyson, he got to get stronger. He got to get a better handle, and he got to do one thing. I think will also help his game. He is a sneaky athlete. He got to dunk that shit a little bit more than what happened?
Oh, laughing. I'm like, this motherfucker, big 6'7" motherfucker with crazy wingspan. And it's like, he really can't jump. He can jump a little bit. But it's like he's sneaky athletic. It's like you supposed to be a super athlete.
Dude.
No, I meant my bad. I meant
No. Oh, no. No, I'm just thinking about Dyson. No, I know what you're saying. I'm thinking about Dyson.
Oh, no.
Just
Dyson can't jump on offense. I ain't never seen a person not be able to jump on offense.
Like in summer league, Dyson can block your shit off the top of the backboard. You put the ball in Dyson's hand, Dyson can't dunk with 2 hands. It was crazy.
Hey, do you remember that? It was a game against Houston, and Dyson was initiating the offense. He had like 2 back-to-back turnovers, and we were like, "What is going?" It was a playing game. That was a playing game. Or no, in-season tournament game.
You know what's crazy? I was. This is why I was laughing though. I was thinking about Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant been lying a long time because I was thinking about like improving like handles, and I remember how he said, "Man, Drew Holiday got one of the craziest handles. Like it's real sneaky and low." And I thought about Patrick Beverly ripping Drew Holiday like 3 times in a row in the backcourt, and I was like, "Damn, Kevin Durant been lying for years. That's crazy." Kevin Durant been lying for years. But yeah, Dyson. I'm sorry. Hawkins work on his handle. He gonna be something nice. He already good. He gonna be like a Klay Thompson type guy already in this current mold. Yeah, all he got to do is keep improving because Klay never bothered to improve because he didn't need to. No. But if Hawkins keep like working on his handle and filling out in the weight room, he gonna be all right, man. He gonna be something good.
Does he know, or Jared, do you think he plays the entire summer league, or is this a guy that will play like 2 or 3 games?
2 or 3 games. He's gonna drop a 40 ball,
that's gonna be
and get out of there unscathed. I don't think he needs those minutes, right? Like it's not he needs those minutes. No, he needs minutes with real NBA players, not those guys, because he's already shown you like I'm better than all of them. I can go get 30 easy in the G League.
He did.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the point? Like
he's already. You know what I
Justin's
said?
so
I was talking to somebody. I was talking to somebody today. It's like he didn't even have a rookie year. Like he's having his rookie year next year. Like I don't think he got enough.
It's the Willie
experience.
special.
As crazy as that sounds. It's just look. I love Jose. Love the way he plays. Love how like you're telling me though he's like we're putting all of our eggs in his basket and not Jordan Hawkins because I know they say the minutes don't correlate, but they kind of do.
Man,
Jose's in the last year of his contract, though. You know, my bad. 5 go.
No, you're good. You're good. I wanted to get to the point where Jordan Hawkins failed, right? Like I wanted to get to the point where Jordan Hawkins failed, like on the basketball court, right? Where
some people
you can
say
be like, all right, nah. I mean, like consistent, like not be punished for failing, and like work through the failure. Like I wanted to get to the point where like this guy, like you can see the potential. Because it eventually is going to happen. It's fucked up. It's going to be happening in the second season because you know it's going to happen. But like, can you give a guy a chance to work through those progressions? Like you did with Dyson. Yeah.
You know what irked me? Last game of the year, and Jose had we didn't talk about this. Jose had a 3-on-1. He had a 3-on-1 fast break. He's shooting 8% in the playoffs, and he pulls up for 3. Pulls up for 3, misses.
He was literally shooting 8% in the playoffs. That's what he shot in the playoffs.
Go look at the stats. Don't count the play-in. Count the playoffs. Shot 7% against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Shot 12% from the field. Does the 3-on-1, and guess what, Jarrett? He doesn't go to the bench. He starts the second quarter. He gets back in the third quarter. So these are my problems. Like if Jordan Hawkins were to do that.
That ain't Jose's fault. That ain't Jose's fault though.
If Jordan Hawkins was allowed to do that,
yeah.
This was just for you, by the way.
That's Dyson. That was Dyson in Summer League. That shit was crazy, dog.
Oh my god.
Smash that like button.
Hey, but that's not Jose's fault. That's not Jose's fault.
No, because he gets away with it. He's allowed to get away with it.
Somebody higher than him got to hold him accountable. That's all I got. And Jordan Hawkins might not be on his team next year. That's my 5 seconds.
Smash the like button. What? He can't.